Alright guys, how's it going? This is episode 6 of Into the Black. Now, we left ourselves off at this water world with the argon-rich atmosphere. And we are 610 light years distant off the Lagoon Nebula. And we will reach it in this episode. But we'll be jumping into interesting objects on the way there. Right, so an F9, a K5 and a K9. That sounds like one I've been to before, but it can't be. Right, so let's head over to this one. We'll be behind our water world. Now, like I said at the end of the last one, as you can see, there is the Lagoon Nebula. Now, as I said at the end of the last one, I'm no longer going to be going for solo water worlds, as it just slowed me down way too much. But if I see something interesting, I'm still going to go there. "78 new objects." This looks like what, a class K?
Fuel scooping.
And 78 can't be that far away from my record, that's for sure. Right, it looks like a bunch of nothing much though. Yep, 78 objects. Every one of them is rubbish. Continue onward. It's really pretty smart seeing the nebula in the background as you're jumping towards it. Right, so I'm guessing this is my F, K and K. This is all we've got though, sadly, by the looks of things. Yep, it's pretty unusual to get that. Quick jump over to this G6. "24 new around this class G." That's quite an interesting looking gas giant. Very interesting looking. Pretty far out though. Very interesting look to it. I'm just going to head out here and pay this one a visit, I think. Even from here you can see one of the moons, I think. Must be pretty big. Now that lagoon seems to be looming ever larger, yeah. Yeah, you can start to see the moons on this already. It's pretty far out as well. I'm guessing that's because they are icy. This far out they should all be icy, and so they reflect more light. And that is why you can see them so far away. Yeah, I started scanning this one 1,000 out. It's a really big planet. It's a class 2 gas giant, which are the rarest type, I believe. And they're worth the most in scans, I think. But yeah, that's a different looking skin to any I've ever seen before. You can see all the little storms on it. Pretty smart, really. Right, so an A9, a K3 and a K3. Just a little jump over to this one, definitely worth going to. This is the first class A I've been to in a while. I've been running across an awful lot of Fs and Gs, obviously. 36 objects. Feeling pretty good about this one. Right, nothing there worth going to, really. Now what about this? An F8, a G8, an M3 and an M7. Can't not go to these ones. You can see by its yellow colour that it is quite a cool class F, yeah? That's why it's an F8. Right, so 18 new objects. Right then. Now, I'm going to hazard the guess at 1, 2, 3 water worlds. Maybe not that one. Those two for sure. That's quite an interesting looking one, that one. And slight chance of something in these as well. Obviously, I'll be going out here. Now, it's kind of hard to tell where any of this stuff is. It's all about 20-odd thousand light years out. Sorry, light seconds out. So I'm just going to head out in the direction of one. That looks like a class G to me. A few minutes to get there. These 3 stars very close together as well. But yeah, pretty interesting looking planets. And I'm guessing these stars are very close together. I think I can just about resolve 2 separate ones from here. This could be pretty interesting. Now you can just about see the two red stars very, very close to each other. One of them quite a bit smaller than the other, I believe. But all three stars are extremely close to each other. Now that's one of my water worlds. Yeah, this is going to be pretty smart. Yeah, how cool is that? That's just absolutely awesome. Oh, the red ones were closer and I didn't realise it. That's pretty smart. Let's slow right down. Yeah, you're not going to see many better sights than that. 3 stars, 3 galaxies and a nebula all in the one shot. Right, but let's not forget there are at least 2 water worlds here. What a system this is. And this one looks like it's got a moon about as big as itself. Right, so there's a first water world. Is this 2 water worlds going around each other? This is going to be a rare gem if so. This is the one I didn't really think was a water world though, I think. Yeah, it's just a high metal content. Could have been a water world. Check out this one then. It looks pretty good from here. Oh yes, that's going to look smart. Just makes you wonder, right? Let's go find the last one. Now this one was a terraforming candidate, as was this one with the water. Quite hot. But yeah, interesting composition there, very similar to Earth. And this one's going to be water as well, as we know. And there's a second water world. Pretty nice looking this one as well. Looks like a water atmosphere again, or nitrogen. That's a pretty nice looking planet. That's a pretty nice shot, that one. Yep. Once again, it's a nitrogen oxygen. A little bit of water in the atmosphere. Now, not really convinced I'm going to find much in these two, but seeing as I'm here, I might as well give them a quick once over. Right, so like I thought, there's nothing else here really to write home about. It's pretty interesting to see they've all got nitrogen atmospheres. Well, this one doesn't, this one's carbon dioxide. But yeah, 2 water worlds, a quadruple system with 3 stars very close together. I almost forgot about the main star. And some very nice images. Right, so an A8, a K0 and a K9. We're gonna go to this one. Only 2 new objects unfortunately, so it's another triple system with no planets. Pretty nice difference in the class Ks. You don't often see 2 Ks with such differences, that's for sure. Now this one's pretty large at 0.9 Sol. This one's 0.65, but look at the difference in colours. Alright, there's an awful lot of red stars around here now. An F6. That's F4 and K5 looks like a better target. Whoa. It's a pretty bizarre looking star actually. Yeah, very small. These views close to the stars are just starting to look really smart now. Take a shot of that one. It's got a kind of strange look to it. I'll have to scan that one. But by the looks of things, there's nothing much else here. Very close in for a Class F star to have a planet this close. As I thought, it's metal rich. It really ought to be at this close, yeah. I haven't seen a metal rich for a while. I wonder if they nerfed them a bit. Very odd look to this one. Normally they are much darker. This is going to be very, very smart. Right, an F0 and a G6. And then we'll be heading straight onward to this F3, G0 and K0 for sure. It's interesting to see how the stars are all spreading out now as they get closer. Whoa. Right, now that may be too close there. Nah. Every single system now just looks amazing. I mean, look at that. This is pretty large. And it's not very far out either. Even this third one's not that far away at 425 days. Yeah, you can see it from the entry point. Just a class 3 though. Like I said, the third one wasn't that far away. And once again, we've just got a double with no planets. Now, there are two systems very close together again that are well worth visiting. Two quick jumps into these. And we've got another nice little double to jump into. Right, now what have we got here? Would you believe it? Now there's at least 2 water worlds. That could be an Earth-like, and that could be an Ammonia world. This could be the best system I have ever seen. It's all unexplored. This is one of those systems that I might have to turn back after I scan it. Yeah, I don't want anybody stealing this one off me. It's a pretty bright looking G, that one. Right, now I'm pretty sure we're coming up to this one, which is a clear water world. That's got to be an Ammonia world, surely. Right, so this is the first water world. And I believe I've come to a different one from what I thought I was coming to. But we know there's at least 2 water worlds here, yeah? Some of these images are getting pretty ridiculous now. Carbon dioxide atmosphere. Not terraformable. Right, sadly this one was only high metal. I guess looking at it, it's a bit dry underneath, but you're always hoping for a little bit more with that. Pretty horrible atmosphere on it. Good temperature though. Right, so this one's a terraforming candidate. Wasn't really expecting that. So this should be the second water world. It's not a very big planet again. And it is. Looks like a nitrogen atmosphere. Not gonna get too close to this one. Right then, so far we've got 1 terraforming candidate here. This is all just high metals. We have 2 water worlds, only one of them's terraformable. Good oxygen on this one. This, which I thought could have been something slightly better, just a high metal, but this is the one that has me most intrigued. Oh, even though it's very far out at 9 astronomical units. It's got a look like an Ammonia world to me. That I've only ever found one Ammonia world, and I'm pretty sure it was that skin, so I'm gonna definitely head out to that anyway. Even if it's not, I'm not going to be too upset by it. I mean, I've already had 2 water worlds here, and a couple of nice stars pretty close together, so plenty of money in this system at least. There's a lot of really nice systems around here. Gonna head to this one after I reach my final planet in this system though. It's an Ammonia world. Yep. What a system this has been. I'll just scan this one first before turning back. Yep, it looks identical to the previous one I found. Pretty smart actually. This has been quite some episode. Now the last Ammonia world I found many moons ago, I didn't actually pay a visit to, so quick jump into this one, find some nice shots. That's not too bad. This one's better though, yeah. Right, so the game is basically throwing absolute gems of systems at me. This one's excellent because of the stars so close together, but I thought this might have been something, but it's not really anything. Just a bunch of high metals close in. Then we got a nice water world that can be terraformed. Another water world. This was slightly disappointing, this one. But the real reason, the one that I was really interested in, was this Ammonia world. It's pretty small, pretty cold, as you would expect being so far out. That's why I was surprised, so far out. But I guess you can have ammonia oxygen anywhere. Yep. Hasn't been scanned. There's a lot of money in this system. I'm pretty sure somebody will grab it before I get the chance to cash it in, considering I'm going to be heading even further out. But I'm not bothered about that. I'm quite happy just to find them. Once again though, you can probably figure out that I am not making awesome progress towards the Lagoon. There's just nothing that can be done about it. You know, I'm finding all these amazing systems. I mean, there's a very good chance of something here as well, yeah? What have we got? A G9, an M6, a K6 and an M6. So we've got two doubles. You can't not go into that. And once again, that's like what, 3 in a row I've jumped into that's been like this. This one's even closer. And there's the other two. Now this could be worth going to just to get a view of the two planets, yeah? Very close in. As you can see, those two are orbiting pretty close together as well. It's just a ridiculously good looking game. 2 Gs and a K. You already know I'm heading over there. So I've been pretty busy over the weekend and just logged into this. I had sort of forgot what I'd left it off at. It's pretty cool, yeah. If I remember right, there was a system that was enticing me quite a lot, or did I already reach it? Oh yeah, 2 Gs and a K. Right, we're heading over to this. Right, fastest routes. Trying to get the galaxy map to work. And off we go.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3.
Right, so just this here, but at 15.42 out, it's not going to be anything, it's just going to be frozen. 3 nice stars, but nothing else. Right, so we've got a nice looking system here, and then I jump over to all these bees. Very hot bees. Right, so once again we're getting stars with not much around them. This is quite interesting. I mean, at that sort of distance this should be very, you know, cooked in all honesty, but it looks more like ice, so I'm going to go out and see what that's all about. Huge. 250 light seconds out I started scanning this one. Well, as I thought, it looked like an icy planet. It's very odd to find something like this so close in. It's just a snowball, really. Got to be some reason why this is happening. Looking at the temperatures, I don't really get it at all. Alright, now a little bit of a sideways jump because this is too good not to go to. Yeah, there's a few nice systems around here now. But they're sort of in the wrong direction after this one. Whoa, that's something you don't see a lot. I'm pretty sure these will be scanned. It is only the stars here. Oh, 3 of these are very, very close as well. The 4th one's a bit further out. This is going to make a smart picture. Yep, discovered. You're always going to find these things discovered, really. Especially so close. If you can call 4,000 light years close at least. Yep, that one's pretty rare. I'm going to take a little sideways jump into this one. Yep, a couple of close by A's. And those two are pretty close as well. Gonna get these scanned and head back to the Nebula. Alright, an F3 and a K4. Now then. Well, that's water. I think that's probably all that's going to be here, but these are all well worth scanning. Just doing a quick scan through, yeah. They're going to be high metals. That one's water. There's a lot of money in this system. You might get a little surprise somewhere. Right, so like I said, there's a water world. Very small though. Not even going to bother going into it. Right, so it's mostly a bunch of high metals like I suggested. There was the one water world and 2 terraforming candidates. So there's been some decent money in this system at least.
Ready to engage. 3, 2, 1, engage.
Right, so an F1 and a G3 and we're getting very close now. You can see the size of it now. It's looking pretty cool. It's just 2 stars though. And they've been discovered. I suppose that's close to the Lagoon. You would expect most of these type of stars to be discovered. We are very close now. No planets. There's been a lot of these in this episode. Oh, a couple of interesting ones here. An F0 and a G5 and a GKK0. Those 3 could be pretty close together. We're finally jumping into the Lagoon sector. Just another double. Right, Herschel 36. 41.2 light years distant. Might as well just head in there now. You can quite clearly see that this is a very hot blue star. And you can see the nebula surrounding it. surrounding everything now.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 2, 1, engage.
Ooh, it's a big one. Look at the colours in this. One new object. Yeah, it's pretty big, but we've seen a lot bigger on our journey, yeah? Very hot. Very smart colours here. So there we have Herschel 36. This is the main reason for why the cloud actually glows. It's the radiation coming from the star exciting all the hydrogen around it and basically causing the nebula. And there's the proof of it. Alright, we'll have a quick look around to see if there are any other interesting objects nearby. And then I'll basically decide where I'm going to head to next. Right, we've got a K giant, so this one's worth visiting. Oh, this could be smart.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, these are the shots that sort of bring it home to you, just the magnitude of certain objects, and it's just so smart. I'm thinking about heading out to the open cluster. There's a lot of Class Bs over there. Obviously we've been seeing that a lot as I got closer to the nebula. It's only about 200 light years distant. There'll be a few black holes and stuff over there as well. I'm not sure exactly though if that's what I want to do. I do have other targets in mind, for example the Eagle Nebula. But I'm kind of tempted to head over there. I'll think about it more before the next episode. But we'll leave you with this.